As we adjust to a new way of being, where do we find the inspiration to once again renew our energies? We trace a cycle of life that begins from childhood, in games and sports, in rites of courtship and marriage, in transitions to an afterlife free from all pain and disease. All stages marked by the melding of tradition, skill, memory, and unity. Here is what we most need now: a renewal of our bodies, hearts, and spirits. This is Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride. This season, we celebrate the Filipino brand of kakaibang sigla, our singular energy. It is an energy that begins with the games played as children. Games that build our community spirit, our sense of camaraderie, our honor and sportsmanship. In our two-part special on Filipino martial arts, we not only saw the moves, we heard the voices that tempered the energy with respect, discipline, and focus. In the punok of the Ifugao, we saw how the raw strength that built and continues to maintain the terraces finds a joyful release in the tug-of-war over the waters of a river. We end the season with a look at the treasure trove of folk and indigenous dances that Dayaw has recorded over 10 seasons. Some of these dances were recorded in situ, performed by the communities as part of their rituals and celebrations.
In a community, people perform from themselves. They do not perform for an audience. Otherwise, everybody, in a way, is a participant. This is the nature of the dances in our community. For example, if you have a village ritual, the village ritual will involve dancing. And it is actually not only dance, it's actually a ritual complete with mythical basis. It's music, chanting, because in our traditional communities, art is not separate, it's not divorced from ritual.
Others were staged for our cameras by the folk dance groups known for meticulous research and judicious, respectful restaging. But whether shot in situ or staged for the cameras, these collected dances are a joy to sit back and watch. From north to south, from highland to lowland, it is our collective energy, our spirit captured in uncontainable movement, the enchanting rhythms and movements of the Filipino soul made visible. In our first encounter with Manlilikha ng Bayan awardee Alonzo Saclag, Dayaw visited him in the Awichon village in Kalinga. The village was his passion project, a faithful recreation of a traditional Kalinga village. The dances recorded prove that the young Kalinga men and women were moving in the spirit of their ancestors.
Yun ay sayaw na kayasig. Kailangan pakita na kahit weakling sila, kailangan palakasin ang katawan. So makita mo sa dance at lalo ng mga babae, ganda sabi nila. Para yung mga lalaki defend the village, walang deserter. At all cost defend the village. So mga lalaki dahil ina-appreciate ng mga babae ang kanila, kailangan matapang at i-defend ang village. Ma-overrun yung village kung tatakbo ang mga warrior. So makita mo sa sayaw na hindi ngumiti ang pagdating sa ang sayaw na yun ay yung tadyok, lalo sa tadyok.
In Alonzo Saclag, we see a Filipino who is passionate about the preservation of all aspects of his culture. And the passion, even at his age, seems unabating.
May preserve ang music namin at kasi lalo na ngayon na mga bata ngayon ay puro western song at medyo malimutan nila yung kanta namin, pati sayaw.
The establishment and training of the Kalinga Budong Dance Troupe is easily the most accessible form of learning for both his Kalinga participants and his eager audience.
Tadiwa-diwas, alang gumatong dya, amin dya i Manila, umoy dya ipabuya, o piyata ko ni Kalinga. Ay, diwas, ayo insalido may diwas.
In Abra, we searched for the weavers of the fabled oes or blankets. We were also privileged to be able to record the pinaing ritual. After the ritual, the community gathered for a spontaneous dance. The Ilonggot or Bugkalot of Nueva Vizcaya were once notorious headhunters and raiders, feared by the lowlanders and settlers in the province.
Ang kabuhayan ng mga katutubo rito sa amin, isa yung pagtatanim, pangangaso, pangingisda.
Today, the memory of a fierce past is preserved in the dances that once welcomed returning warriors.
pagbati sa ating mga programa at personalidad. Nawagi sa 2026 Platinum Stallion National Media Awards. Schoolmates Youth-Oriented Program of the Year. Public Eye Best Documentary Program. PTV Sports Best Sports Program. Rise and Shine Pilipinas Best Morning News Program. Artsy Craftsy Citation for Informative Children's Program. At J. Esteban Citation for TV News Presenter. Maraming salamat po sa Trinity University of Asia at alay namin ang mga parangal na ito para sa bayan.
Dances from the Maranao and the Tausug. The first, a stately lesson on the varied ways to wear the malong. The second, a flirtatious but elegant courtship dance from the Tausug. The Mindanao Highland animes, collectively known as a lumad, are represented in this collection by the Subano. The buklog is a communal ritual that is held only during the most auspicious occasions. Many villages come together when the bailans or shamans determine the need for this endeavor.
So there are different types of buklog. No? Buklog sa Maya is a Thanksgiving after harvest or after recovering from illness. Buklog Polonto and many other terms of buklog. But in here, in this particular buklog, they call them buklog tendig. Tendig, no? Meaning rise up, stand up.
To construct a buklog or a high-raised platform connected to a community house is a task not just for one community community, but all invited to celebrate. This race platform is a sacred space where the villagers will gather around a central pole to jump repeatedly. Technically, the buklo is not a dance. But we revisit our footage here because of the rhythmic movements performed in unison, as well as a communal thrill of jumping and reaching higher and higher.
It's a test of endurance and robustness, no? Na hindi ka talaga, yeah, some of them will be pushing each other. May mga 2 circles yan, or 3 circles dancing together in one rhythm, and then they have other steps that they will really be pushing each other. Pero yun, yung test of trust, no? And the sense of community.
Dayaw was also visited at the Boli of Lake Cebu many times to document the Tinalak Ikat weavers. But like many aspects of indigenous culture, weaving and dancing and celebrating are interwoven into the fabric of community life.
Susunod sa Schoolmates. Kilig much? Let's unpack this thing called pag-ibig ngayong Valentine's Month.
In my opinion, yung dating app kasi pilit. If you are in a relationship, dapat araw-araw ka pa rin nila.
You have to commit. Pag walang label, walang relationship.
Relate na relate. Kaya tutok na sa Schoolmates Huwebes ng gabi. Dito lang sa PTV.
Among the lowland folk dances of the Philippines, there is one dance that melds somber devotion and rousing steps, male energy and female composure. This is the Subli of Batangas, a dance that is a performed prayer to the Holy Cross of Bawan.
The Subli of Batangas, this is done during, May, in honor of, the finding of the cross of Santa Elena, no?
Ang step ng mga lalaki magandang step na ganyan. Merong medyo mayabang-yabang, merong mas simple-simple.
Talaga pong iginagano ng kamay para po sa mahal na poon ang aming pagpaparangal sa kanya bilang isang sinasampalatayana namin na talagang siya yan.
The Ramon Ubusan Folkloric Group is renowned for its respectful yet dramatic recreations of Philippine folk dances.
Number one is discipline in terms of time. You have to know when to come on time. Second, discipline also sa pag-intindi sa sarili mong gamit. It's not just the dancing that he taught us. It's the preparation that matters sa kanya more than anything. The process that he does not only limit you to become a dancer.
Here are two favorites from their repertoire. The first is a stately and formal rigodon de honor. The second is more fun and frolicky, La Estudiantina. Exploration of Kakaibang Sigla continues in the coming season of Dayaw, Part 12. So far, we have only examined specific elements that showcase our energy and grace. When these elements come together to mark significant events like courtship and marriage, they become more than just stages. They are celebrations of color, movement, and yes, kakaibang sigla or singular energy. The inspiration that we need now as we emerge into a changed world, a world that no matter how transformed will always need Dayaw, our knowledge, our pride.